Hi, welcome to another episode of the Code Coder. I am your Code Coder. I'm here to make you great, help you innovate. Today we're talking about the Swift programming language topic of structs. Okay, so we are in Xcode, we are in Playgrounds. Let's get going. All right, so if I go ahead and open up my Playground, and again, I'll make this Playground available to you somewhere online so you could download it and play with it yourself. Let's first start by creating a struct so that you understand they're just like classes. They're not reference types, they're value types. So yeah, they're not created in the heap. They're actually created on the stack and stay on the stack. So let's create our first one. So use the keyword struct to start it, and then we're going to call it couch. All right. So it looks just like a class, but the word struct. All right, in here I'm going to make a property called var number of cushions. Okay, and let's set that equal to 3 to start. And then let's create a function, and let's name it description. And do no parameters and return type of string. Okay, and in the function we're just going to return a simple string saying something like this couch has number of cushions. Okay, something simple like that. All right, so it looks just like a class. All right, let's instantiate it. So it instantiates just like a class. Var my first couch equals couch. So you can see it's capitalized just like a class, instantiated just like a class. Let's do a second couch. Var my second couch. And let's just set it to my first couch. Okay, so there's two ways to instantiate. One, declare it to the actual class name or struct name, and then another way to instantiate a class or an object is to go ahead and set it to an object already. Okay, so in here, if I just go ahead and now write these descriptions out, let's say description. Let's do my second couch. Okay, description. Okay, and if I go ahead and play it, you'll see that I have this couch has 3 cushions, and as you suspected, the first one or the second one has 3 cushions also. Okay. However, if I go ahead and change the second couch's cushions, so let's go my second couch dot number of cushions to 4. Okay. And then let's go ahead and run the same thing again. My first couch description, and then my second couch description. Okay, you'll see if I run this, now I have 3 in the first one, and as you suspected, 4 in the second. All right, so that's nice because the struct is actually copied just like a value type on the stack memory. We should probably do that lecture again. We should probably go to the whiteboard and do it again. So let's do that again. All right, so how do I do that? Over here, and then I go over. All right, hello, I'm over here now. Okay, so I'm going to back up and I'm going to try to make sure that you understand the stack and heap memory. This was described to me at a conference I went to by Sun Microsystems way back in the day. They owned Java until Oracle bought them. But they did the stack and heap memory like this, and it always stuck in my head, and it helps me out when I deal with objects and programming. All right, so here's my stack. Okay. All right, that's my stack. And down here I have my first couch. And then on top of the stack, I've created my second couch. Okay, and because these are structs, all right, they stay here. So no pointers to the heap memory here. Okay, so I go heap here. Okay, so there's nothing on the heap at all. All right, I do now notice I did that a little bit high. So that's heap memory. I was going to erase and redo it, but you see that's the heap. Okay, so yeah, then when I go ahead and set my number of cushions, I believe, and I don't know if I'm qualified to talk about exactly what happens on the stack concerning a struct, but I believe that the number of cushions is also created on the stack over here. So there's the first one, and then maybe another one gets copied. The big word here is copied when you're talking about the stack. Okay, so something like that happens. Okay, and again, I'm not qualified to totally talk about that, but that's where we're at right now in the program. All right, let's go back and let's actually switch couches to a class, and I'll show you what happens on the heap. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do this and then step over. Okay, I gotta pause. I gotta pause a little bit there. Okay, so now if I come over here and go back, and let's go ahead and now make this a class couch. Okay, and just like that, it now starts instantiating stuff on the heap memory when I declare them right here. Okay, or when I instantiate them. And so now if I go ahead and run this, you'll see that now the first one has 4 and the second one has 4. See, that might be a problem. Like I said, if you're doing some kind of spaceship game and one crashes, the state changes and now they all crash because one crashes, maybe that's not what you want to do. Okay, so let's switch back over and show you what that looks like on the whiteboard. Okay, so do that. All right, so now we switched it over here and we decided to make it a class object called couch. Okay, and now this points to this one, and we have number of cushions 4. Okay, and you know, we might have, there's like a little description in here. Okay, and they both point to it. All right, so there you go. That's what happens, and that's when this gets changed. They both get changed. But one thing I didn't talk to you about why the heap came about, and I don't know if this is still the truth or not, because the stack would start filling up. You know, this would start filling up, and then all of a sudden you'd run out of memory. The heap does something called automatic garbage collection. So let's say we created another couch, okay, and this couch, you know, it had different property values. All right, and we went ahead and pointed, let's say, remember we said my second couch equals first couch. So let's say this is now pointing to, let's do these. Okay, and let's say we created my first couch there, and then we pointed this one to here. We made it its own couch. But then we said my first couch, or my second couch equals first couch. So instead of going here, it broke off and it said, I'm going to now take this one. What happens to this other couch? All right, what happens is automatic garbage collection. So it gets erased, clearing up memory for the computer. See how nice that is? However, I'll just say this. We now are in the, we're in the age of forever memory, and so now the question is, well, do we really need to clean up our memory, and is that still the best way to do it? And if you look online, there's many programmers that say that the struct should be preferred, and you should use this as a backup, the classes. Okay, if you actually go on Apple online and look at Swift documentation, you'll see that they say actually you use a class first and then fall back to a struct. And I'm not sure if that's still true or not, but maybe we'll do a lecture on that later. But just understand that structs are value types, and these are reference type. Okay, and that's all you have to remember about those. All right, let's go back. See if I can do this right this time. All right, so I'm going to go back. Then I'm going to walk in. Hello. All right, still getting used to that. So, all right, so these were structs. They were the blueprint or the definition looks the same as a class. Instantiation's the same, and the only difference is one's copied and one's not. Therefore, you can switch certain objects' property values without switching all of them. Okay, so that's it. Hoping to make you great, help you innovate. Subscribe, and we will see you next time.